Hello, welcome to the demonstration on editing previously saved data. In this demonstration, we're going to be going into a form that has data that's been previously saved to it. The form's been marked as complete, the visit's been marked as complete, and we're going to change the data because it needs correcting. For this example, let's go into this completed month 1 visit for subject 1002. We'll click on the icon, go into view or enter data. For the visit or the form rather that we want to change. Let's take the pregnancy test form for this subject, and we'll go over to the enter data icon. Right now it's the administrative editing icon because data has previously been entered for it. So now you're editing the data. So we'll click on that. As you can see before, we had some previously entered data here, and this data was queried and responded to. Now we actually need to change this data. So we'll say it turns out the date was correct, however, a pregnancy test was done. So what do you do in this scenario? First step, you got to change your response to question 2. The next step, you're going to get the next questions coming out. So you're going to answer these questions continuously as they unfold. Question 3, was a pregnancy test done? Yes, it was done. You're going to say the date of the pregnancy test now. It was done on the 22nd. You're going to also say if question 5, give a response to that. Urine test performed. We're going to say yes. Urine test result, negative. Serum test performed, no. Okay, so now we have a bunch of fields in there that we didn't have saved to the database before, and we're even changing one piece of data from a no to a yes. The way you have to think of it, though, is you're changing all of this data. This was all previously saved as blank and went to the database as blank, and you hit the confirmation button confirming that it was blank. So all of these fields need to have a reason for change attached to them because they've all been changed from something to something else. So we're going to, after we correct our data here, we're going to hit save. Once we hit save, we get a lot of warning messages. And the warning messages, you have changed data after the CRF was marked as complete. You must provide a reason for change discrepancy note for this item before you can save this updated information. So where does this discrepancy note apply? It applies on all those fields that we changed, both the one we changed from no to yes and the ones we changed from nothing to now something. So we're going to click on the flag for each of these fields, and we're going to give a reason for change because that's what it's asking for. The query is, or the warning message is, or the query is, give us a reason for change. You have to provide this reason for change. Really, what a reason for change is it's part of the audit trail that's required to be done. If you commit a piece of data to the database, you have to say why you're changing that data at some point later. So we're going to go through this step by step. We hit our save button. Now we're going to go click on our flag for our first one, and we're going to do our reason for change. So now this is what pops up for after we click on that flag. As you can see here in this detailed note, what was previously the warning is in our detailed note to kind of give us a reminder of what we're responding to. But all of it's basically just giving a reason for change to this. So why are we changing no to yes? Well, let's say, for example, we entered the form for the wrong patient. So we're going to say incorrect data entered for subject data or values have been corrected. And as you can see here, it already has in the type another required field to be entered, the reason for change. We want to leave it set as reason for change, and the status, the set to status is going to be not applicable. You can't actually hit on that button and change it. And then all we're going to do is submit and close that note. And it's going to be actually, I'm going to show you a shortcut. Just copy and paste this, copy, and get ready to paste it for the next one we do. So we're going to hit submit close. we're going to be back in our form. Now, one thing has changed about this form. We have this white and green field here. Now I want to show you exactly what happened. You gave a reason for change. So if you give a reason for change for one field but not for the others, what happens? Well, let's try. Let's save it. It accepts that because you gave a reason for change. It doesn't accept the others because you did not give a reason for change yet. So again, just to emphasize, you have to give a reason for change for all of the ones that are warning you for a reason for change because you changed the value. So we're going to go ahead and click on the next one just like we did the last one. And what do we see? We see the exact same thing we saw on the last reason for change we had to give. Again, why did we copy the last description? Because we're just going to paste it here. We're just going to enter incorrect data. Enter for subject. Values have been corrected. Then you're just going to make sure the type is set to reason for change. Set the status as not applicable. And then we're going to submit and close again. And now we're back in our form again, and another field has turned to this white and green flag. And again, what would happen if we were to save? It would accept that one, but not the others. So we can go ahead and go do the last 4 of these now. I'm just going to skip ahead to that, or what that looks like, rather. And here's what that looks like. We just added the note for all 4 of these by the power of movie magic. And now if we hit save, it's going to take us out of this form because we've given a reason for change on every field that we've changed. Watch. And there we go. We're back out into the visit. If we want, we can look at the data for this form that we just changed. And we can see we have all the data correct as we want it. We have all of our reason for changes on the fields that we added data to or changed data. And that's it. It's as simple as that to correct data entry.